Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Team Building with Zooch, where I take a live guest and team build with them for a matchup. And afterwards, I'll go ahead and watch the replay, review it, and talk about how I think the game was played and how the team was put together overall. So, without further ado, we have our guest Smaster with us here today. What's going on, man?
Hey YouTube.
Hey, YouTube, we got a high stakes playoff game actually. So, it's pretty standard, just Terra preview, they can Terra into anything, 2 caps. I guess he only has 1 in his egg, but yeah, pretty standard,
Yeah.
just Paldea decks. So
Mhm.
I guess he just didn't have like extra points or something for another Terra cap.
Yes, it was like originally Terra Drachi and like something else, and then like Manu took it over, and then he like made a bunch of changes, and
hmm
then yeah, didn't have enough points because Grace was like weird. So
Oh, so you're playing Min now?
no, this is someone else whose team was made by Manu.
Oh, what the heck? Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
All right. So it's his league, right? Like he's the owner of the league.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's his league. Yeah,
All right.
he was just drafting for him because he like drafted Darkrai and then Terra Jirachi, and then was like, I don't know what to do, so just took over and drafted the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Terra Jirachi actually. So
Yeah,
definitely have seen
I
Terra
don't think
Hands
it's very
though.
good.
That guy's a
Yeah,
beast.
Terra Hands is broken.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Well, have you taken a look at this? Or not really?
Not really.
No. Okay. Yeah. So this does seem at first glance going to be a little bit trickier than the other one that we did.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Hopefully we'll come up with something good. So, um, at first glance, something that looks pretty good from your end is Iron Moth. I think Iron Moth is really
Mhm.
solid here. Especially because you could Terra into something like Fairy, or you could Terra into something like Fire just to increase your, fire power because, you still get coverage for Dragonite, like you get Dazzling Gleam, and then your
Mhm.
stabs pretty much at everything else. So you could simply just be a Terra that you already are to boost your attacks. Um, I'm thinking probably, I mean, the common sense are like booster special attack agility, or maybe just boost a special attack with like flame charge or something. But
Mhm.
probably some sort of way to boost your speed would probably be
Yeah.
the way here if you're planning on. That'd probably be more like a win con moth rather than like kind of like a breaker. Um, Dragapult
Yeah.
looks
I can
good,
see.
but like it's pretty much has to be either like fully special or like maybe special with darts because of the stupid Primarina and even Jirachi too. Like it just makes sense to probably be special. I like the darts too though, just because it does hits
Multi-skill.
it hits a couple things harder. Like it hits the Dun harder and Toad Scroll harder. It can break the multi
Mhm.
scale, right? And then do a lot the second turn, even if you're not attacking this, I don't think. Um but like if you're just special with like Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Draco, it does give a couple of things set up opportunity, like hands or Darkrai or Dragonite rather, if you're minus special attack. So
Mhm.
that's a bit scary. So maybe mixed, maybe just maybe specs. Maybe it could be maybe Willow Hex if you want, because like realistically, looking at his team, to switch into Dragapult, it's got to be either Prima or Dun. It's one of those two, I
Mhm.
would think. So um, the Dun would be a bit annoying. That's why we might want U-turn. Um, if you were like physically offensive to Dun or Dragapult to Dun, really be a switch in. That's why I'm probably thinking Prima is going to be um, the initial check. Um,
Mhm.
Offensive Prima from them, like it doesn't look bad, but you do have a lot of things faster that does a lot of damage. You do have a Shaman that could pretty much eat anything. So I'm thinking it is probably better to be defensive here.
Bulky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They could use it to try to check Arshifu one time as well if they want to do that. So I think I think defensive Prima might be the play here. So, but
Yeah.
let's do
That does make
Dragapult
Urshifu
first.
look really good though.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
like, because it would just be hands and then Prim, but like Prim is
Yeah.
already pressured with Bolt, so.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly looking at that, so yeah, it does suck he's got a couple things faster. Honestly, like Scarfed Urshifu might not be bad here.
Yeah, Wicked Blow is super free.
Wicked Blow, NCC, like the only thing like they'd be able to like be annoying is like Dragonite if he comes in on a CC. But again, if you Wicked Blow, it's gonna probably get two shot or close to it. Primarina
Mhm.
can take both, but it doesn't have recovery, so it will get chipped over
Yeah.
time, especially if you have rocks
It
up.
also, there's no way that it takes it very well. Like I feel like it probably takes 30% from Wicked Blow, even if it's like defensive. And then if it is like max Fizz Def
Yeah.
to take it better, it's gonna get destroyed by Pult T-Bolt, right?
Right. Even like a Swords Dance poison jab like could straight up blow up Primarina. So I mean I don't think we're gonna
Mm.
bring that, but like he's got to be pretty careful with like what he does. Like he doesn't.
Mm.
It just feels like it can just pretty much, if it's not locked, it can pretty much just attack into like another attack and blow up any of the slower things, and any of the
Mm.
faster things. Like if you click the right move, it'll just die probably. So it's a bit scary for him to kind of. He might just have to play pretty offensively here. He could make the hands
Yeah.
like a Terra Fairy. I could maybe see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's
because
probably what's gonna happen.
yeah, that motherfucker does have good Fizz Def.
Fizz
So
Def, yeah.
it's I could see that for sure. It'd probably have to be Terra like Fairy, I would guess. So, maybe we'll run Poison Jab just as a coverage move. Or maybe we won't run Scarf. I'm not really
Iron
too
Head might
sure.
be better.
Mm, the only thing with Iron Head is it doesn't.
Hit
It's
Prim,
yeah,
but
it's
I
still
feel like it would
neutral.
still do a solid amount, maybe.
We can check. Let's check it. Sure. Urshifu. This is Black Glasses. Sure. Primarina. Let's see. It's like bulky. Let's go Max Fizz Def for worst case for now. Judging by that Wicked Blow damage, I don't think Iron Head does more. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Poison Jab.
Okay,
Yeah, it
fair
does
enough.
about
Okay.
2 shot. This is Adamant. Would we go Adamant here? Yeah, we actually can go
Yeah.
Adamant, so that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Nice.
So we would choose. That's what I'm saying. Like if we just Swords Dance, like Poison Jab just can straight up kill it if we're like extra belt or it takes rocks or something. So it's like
Mm.
they, they gotta be pretty
Probably
careful.
have to do Kebia then. I feel like Kebia just makes sense here for them as well, because then it baits them
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So that's a good idea. That's yeah. I might. So I'm thinking if we're just like Scarf, even if we hit it with a CC or a Wicked Blow, this is Black Glasses damage, but okay, and Black Belt, Jesus. So even if we hit it with one of these, like it's still doing it at the very minimum a quarter. This is max Fizz Def, so if you have rocks up, it could probably only switch in like one time, and then next time it would get 2 shot.
Mm. Yeah, and I have consistent switch-ins to it, so it's not that bad. Flip turning could be annoying, but if we go like Helmet Shaman,
Yeah.
then we can punish the flip turn also, and then it gets chipped even more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. One thing that's kind of like a bit scary is actually Gengar. Gengar is a little. We might need to bring like a bulky Braviary. How much? What's Braviary? Braviary is decent speed def, right? Oh wait, no, it's
Yeah,
got
it's like
decent HP. That's what it is.
pretty tanky, yeah.
Let's see Gengar real quick. Yeah.
It's a little tough.
What would its coverage be? Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, and probably a Poison move. So last slot would just be whatever.
Maybe Trick.
Yeah, Trick or Plot or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Would Spadef Braviary be able to help versus like anything else? Not really. Like, I mean, it could potentially Darkrai for a bit. I don't know if it's gonna have Ice Beam here. Dark Pulse, Fighting Move, Sludge Bomb. It could have Beam if it wants to hit like these guys a bit harder. But usually it'll run
Sludge
like
Bomb hits
Hypnosis or
Shaman
something.
anyways, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely gonna have Sludge, Fighting Move, Dark Move. So, technically, if that is the coverage, like Braviary can switch in on that. It's just if you're freaking Hypnosis you, then you're fucked.
Yeah, that's tough.
So maybe we do bring our spit up Braviary. I don't know. But no, let's do, okay, so let's do Dragapult first. Actually, Urshifu. We'll throw Scarf on there for now, but we might change that.
Okay.
But I do like kind of like an endgame, just spamming one of the attacks. P-jab and U-turn like that. And we will go down to Dragonite. Okay. We definitely want Moth here. Definitely want Dragapult. Let's do Dragapult. Let's see. Can we go? Ooh, can we outspeed Darkrai with the Adamant? Or no? Oh,
I
it's a
feel like
speed
it does.
tie. Jesus,
Oh,
that
that's
sucks.
tough.
Would he go just max speed to make sure you can't go plus?
There's no way, right?
I don't
Clearly
think
not.
so. I doubt it. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Wait, doesn't he also get modest if he? Because I'm pretty sure he can go modest here.
I don't think so.
It might be. It might be close. It might be close. Actually.
Yeah, no, he's under one. Moth hits
Ah, damn.
350.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Moth
So
is
it
gonna
was
make
maybe.
sense to be 350 too for Gengar. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he's. Mhm.
That's tough.
So we can do the little creepy creep and just go like maybe like 354 just in case he
Mhm.
tries to call us. Um, so if you're in mix, I kind of want to just check some damage on some guys. Shadow Ball, T-Bolt. I don't know. Last slot, maybe U-turn. We would probably be plus special attack since majority of our attacks are special. Let's just do this for now. Let's see. All right. How much are we doing a Darkrai? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good damage. It's over half, and this is
Mhm.
no investment. Jirachi. This is max Spadef, Jirachi. Okay, so realistically, it'll probably two-shot. How about Shadow Ball into T-Ball versus Prim? Not Assault Vest. Okay. Again, that's pretty good damage. And if anything, we could probably just U-turn. We could probably throw a U-turn on here. Maybe it's the last slot. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is like that Dunsparce. We would probably have to like U-turn like on the switch immediately because yeah, we're not gonna be able to really break that guy with this set because we're not Dragon Dance. So ideally it would be just like U-turn right into Urshifu and then probably U-turn again because he can easily be Choppleberry. So you want to scout for that. If he stays in, he is 1,000,000% Choppleberry. So you'd probably U-turn back into something that probably doesn't mind taking a glare, whatever that would be that we have on our team. But other than the done, yeah, this does really good. How much are we doing to Toad's Cruel if it comes? Toad's Cruel. Okay, it doesn't really have good defense, so
How much does Darcy to D9?
let's see.
Because this would be the E speed immunity, right?
Yeah. So I think this takes into account like one hit multi, then one hit not. Because if we take off, yeah, so that's one hit multi, one hit not. So it does a good chunk.
Not bad.
Yeah. And then we could also throw some attack investment, like we still have left over.
Oh,
HP.
nice. Okay.
Do we want Infiltrator in this game? I mean, I guess it could help, like if they have a sub Pokemon, but
It'd be Screens Jirachi, I guess.
yeah, or screens. I mean, I don't really know if Clear Body is worth it. They don't really lower our special attack or attack. I don't think they don't have Intimidate or nothing, so it's probably better to go Infiltrator. Let's leave this last slot. Oh, we'll put U-turn, but again, we might come back to it. I don't know if
Okay.
this is the set we're gonna for sure go for, but it's good coverage.
Mhm.
So the item would probably be. I don't have like toxic. Does actually Gengar technically does get toxic spike, but we're gonna have Moth, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Their spiker is Toadscruel,
Screw.
so we probably don't need boots honestly in this game. We could probably run either like a Dragon Fang to boost our attack, or maybe Expert Belt. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Uh, how much do you eat a Moonblast by Prima? How much does it do? All right. What I was thinking is, um, does +2 T-Bolt kill? No. Oh, this is so best. Okay, so this could be a bit like cheesy, but what I'm actually thinking is
Mirror Herb on Gengar.
no.
Okay.
No. What I'm actually thinking is maybe policy with light screen, because that would trigger versus Darkrai versus Primarina versus Gengar. You light screen in front of them and then they hit you and you proc the policy is the
Mhm.
idea. So, um, you'd have to be pretty healthy to like
Right.
to live like those hits through the light screen, but I think it can definitely work here. Um,
That's interesting.
yeah, I'm trying to think of the moves though. So you would be light screen. Yeah, it'd probably still be the same. Like it would probably just be like light screen over this.
Mm.
Um, and it could even work versus something like, hands. Like you still have the shadow ball. Like +2 shadow ball would probably kill hands or be close because he doesn't have great Spadef. Yeah, like this is Spadef invested already. So +2. Oh, this is actually +2. Never mind. Holy shit. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think.
the Terra hands would be the thing that can kind of live a hit. Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he can also T-Wave with Cry instead of triggering policy immediately, which could be bad.
With hands.
Like with Darkrai, if
Oh,
instead of
Darkrai.
triggering,
Oh,
yeah, he could T-Wave.
yeah. I would think. I mean, I would think if he's gonna run a status, it'd be Hypnosis. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Either way, that would still wouldn't be good. So, um, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch could be interesting for Scarf Gengar. Um, Getting curious how much it does. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is just better to get U-turn on there then. Yeah, it's a good chunk.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's probably better just to Shadow Ball or T-Ball and then just U-turn on the switch after,
mm-hmm.
like the Prima or whatever, and you'll just chip it down over time.
Mm-hmm.
So this item, I mean, it's probably best to go. You could go Lumberry perhaps if you want. Um, Lumberry would help versus like the Dunsparce bullcrap with Glare.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Make it help versus like if you just switch into, you can go. I mean, switching into Darkrai maybe a bit risky. It could work because
Mm-hmm.
again, if you have Clefable and like Urshifu, like it might be a bit hesitant just to hit like just Dark Pulse. So he might like either Hypnosis or Plot or like Predict. So it could definitely work the Lumberry versus this guy. Maybe get poisoned if he brings Toxic Spike or something. I don't know, or like Toadscruel can spore you. So, maybe
Mm-hmm.
Lumberry could be a thing here. Um, Lumberry, yeah, yeah. What do you think? I mean, what do you think of Lumberry? I think it's either Lumberry, X Repel, or Dragon Fang or something.
Yeah, I like Lumberry. I think if potentially we add Shaman on with Natural Cure, then we could maybe switch it to Dragon Fang if it like hits Dragonite harder.
Mhm.
So or like breaks the Dunsparce.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it is a 1.2 boost, so it probably doesn't do that. So then it's probably just better to have Lom.
Okay, we'll throw Lum on there for now then. Let you play a little bit recklessly. So we could throw this in attack. Again, what are we hitting with Dragon Darts? Dragonite and Darkrai are the two main ones, right? And the Dunsparce, I suppose. Darkrai.
I was gonna go some bulk because it can go down to 350.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It'd be like 120 in bulk. So this is just with the attack investment. If we add this, so it's pretty. I mean, it's 2 shots after rocks anyway, so I don't actually think the attack investment there really matters. Dragonites we already looked at, but look again. The only really thing it could help with, not even, I was gonna say if he like takes rocks for some reason, he's not boots, but even then, it's still not in your favor to kill him after rocks. So I don't think that actually matters either.
How much does it do with the Dragon Fang?
Dragon Fang. It could help versus this guy. It could potentially like 2-shot him. Dragon. Yeah, it does solid.
Yeah, it still doesn't OHKO, but it does beat after rocks if it's like banded. But if it's banded, it's probably not that hard to beat.
Yeah, bandit would be kind of weird here. What was the other guy? Yeah. I don't know. I probably think like Lum is probably a bit better here. Like you could do the investment, I think, but I think Lum is probably ideal here.
It makes sense.
Do we want minus Spadef or minus Fizdef?
I think he's gonna be sucker on Cinder. So.
Well, you're gonna probably die to that anyway.
Oh really?
That's
Actually,
maybe. I mean, it's
Cinderace. Yeah,
stab. Let's see. Maybe not. Well, okay, what?
Oh, this is a 0 attack Cinderace.
And this is not Libero.
What is this set?
Actually, I mean, you would need to be at like full to not die. So rocks, you're dead. And then if we make a minus defense, you definitely die. So, you're probably gonna take a hit from potentially Rachi, potentially Hands. So probably minus Spadef is a bit better because I think you just die to the special hits anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll do minus Fizdef or minus Spadef. Yeah, select this. Good. Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. So yeah, we just finished. Wait, you're here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. I'm about to start talking out here. All right. So we got these two guys. Again, pretty good speed control here. Our just fastest guys. I wouldn't say either one of them are like win conditions though at this point. These are pretty much just pretty much damage dealers and just with momentum grabbers. So, so we definitely need Moth. What else do we need? I mean, like I said, Braviary like can work. Like if we don't bring like Spadef Braviary, like we kind of have to pick one too, like Gengar, even like Darkrai too. Yeah, so I'm thinking we probably do Moth Braviary. Jirachi is annoying for Crown, but yeah, we might. This is a bit tough actually.
I feel like Crown only really switches into Moonblast, but everything else it doesn't beat.
Yeah, you're kind of right on that one. Like a lot of his strong guys are just do way too much damage to you.
Yeah, and like I also don't have a Cinderace switch in, so well, I guess it would be Rhyperior if we bring that.
Yeah, we'd probably have to bring Rhyperior. So it's probably going to be Rhyperior, Clef, Braviary, Moth, if I had to guess. Um, you know, I'm thinking for Clefable, we probably just bring like a like an unaware boots probably type of Clefable just to make sure like no Dragonite goes crazy, no
Mm-hmm.
Dunsparce or whatever go crazy. Iron Hands is probably gonna have Heavy Slam, so that's just gonna bop you anyway. Plus
Yeah,
again Terra, so but I like the unaware Clefable here.
makes sense.
Bravi Braviary can kind of help check Darkrai or Gengar, or at least attempt to. Um, wait, we don't have removal, just Braviary.
Reduce, yeah.
Okay. Dang. So I mean, we could fit Defog on the again. They don't really have like a hazard stacking team, especially if like Toad School
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come. So I don't necessarily think we need um, Defog. It would just Iron Moth will probably just take a quarter if it comes in before rocks. So
Yeah,
all right, let's do Clefable. It's probably gonna be how much is
is that?
yeah. I just want to see how much Darkrai does though real quick to Clefable with Sludge Bomb.
Nice.
Too much. Too much. How much does Cinderace do?
Man, Clefable's stats are so low.
I know, but like it's just crazy like how it's been like pretty much meta though every single gen. Just
Yeah,
because it's mainly because of its freaking ability.
yeah, unaware is just broken. This is
Mm-hmm.
no attack Cinderace for
I
some
know,
reason.
I know. I hate this shit.
Yeah.
I think it gets like Gunk Shot too, right? So
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
let's see. Gunk will probably just one shot your ass. Just close to it, yeah.
Mm. We could do Capia, I guess. It would help versus Darkrai also, but
That's true. Realistically, hopefully Braviary can attempt to. If +2 Ice Beam just kills Braviary, though, then we can't even really do that. Let me check real quick.
there's also the option of going like offensive team and just like give up on checking stuff.
Yeah, that is always that's seen a lot of now in this gen too.
Yeah, I like also found that with this team, it's like really hard to check anything for some reason.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you should live a +2 hit anyway. Um. What I'm thinking you could also do, I mean, you kind of want Roost though, is for Braviary, like you run like Brave Bird, CC, U-turn, Sleep Talk, in case he does like hit you on the switch with Hypnosis. Sleep Talk guarantee hits an attack,
Mm-hmm.
so he can't just like set up on you or just attack you down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would mean like no Roost. I guess if you roll like Sleep Talk Roost, it's not terrible though either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably gonna be just something like Brave Bird U-turn, Roost, and then Sleep Talk.
Okay,
Because the only
makes
thing that
sense.
Brave Bird doesn't hit is Jirachi, actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then you just have U-turn anyway, or you switch. So I think that's fine. So let's do that set actually. So you have at least something for Gengar / Darkrai. Brave Bird. The heck they say? U-turn, Roost, Sleep Talk.
It,
Does it have defog? No. Can you lower our stat with anything? Maybe like a Moonblast could lower our stat.
Shadow Ball is immune, so no Spideftra. Yeah.
Yeah, Sheer First doesn't help us with these attacks anyway.
Yeah.
So let's go Defiant, screw it. Heavy Duty Boots. And we're just gonna be max Videf here. This might be like, this and Clefable are probably gonna be like our only like fully like defensive Pokemon. Everything else is gonna probably be offensive.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And at least this guy still has a pivot move too, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Clefable, it's gonna be probably a rocker. I'm thinking like rock Rocks. I think knockoff is solid. Knockoff is good into things that would want to switch into Clefable.
Yeah. Pulse was Gengar.
Yeah. So it'd be probably just rocks, Moonblast, knock.
And then Encore for Didon, or like.
Yeah, I like Encore. That would just mean like no soft boiled.
Because
So
we'd have to Moonblast for rocks. Ah, okay.
yeah. I
mean,
mean, we
if
could.
you're bringing.
Well, we could probably fit rocks on our pier actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, okay. So we can just do that then. Moonblast, knock, Encore, soft boiled, or Moonlight, whatever.
Is there a better way for?
Wait, doesn't it get soft boiled?
No, it lost it this gen. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trolling. Okay. Oops. Better way
Is there a
for
better
what?
way for to beat the Dunsparce than Encore?
Mm. Well, the good news is you have this guy that always crits. But
I mean, I guess if he locks Boom Burst, like if I lock him into Boom Burst, I can go Pult.
yeah, I mean Encore is relatively like solid though. The only thing is you're probably gonna get parried. So whether
Yeah.
from its body slam or just glare, um, your unaware might like kind of be enough to kind of like deter that type of setup, but
Mhm.
I'm not sure. He might. I think he's just gonna be like a Spadef to Dunsparce to try to check these two guys.
Yeah,
I think
actually,
that's what
that
it's
makes
gonna
sense.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd probably just be like it could be rocks on that guy, then just boom burst or body slam, glare.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, like roost. This is gonna be mostly pretty much all Fizz Def. Let's just check if we need if a little bit of investment can help. Let's check Perma real quick. Versus Clefable. We could put a little bit to make sure this never actually two shots us because it would be boots.
Guess it depends on
Cinderace.
whether Cinderace can kill us with two Fireballs if we put that much Spadef in.
Yeah, let's see how much Pidef we would need.
It's definitely close. Oh, that's not bad. Went down a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, so it'd be 84. So let's check. So we would have 172. Let's check Cinderace. That's kind of annoying.
To be fair, that was max modest prem.
Yeah, the problem is though too is this guy is gonna have Gunk Shot, dude. Like he's for sure gonna have Gunk Shot.
Yeah.
He's gonna have Gunk Shot. It's probably gonna be just Pyro, Gunk, U-turn, Sucker. I think would be, or a Court Change if he wants that instead. But we don't really threaten like hazards. Yeah, so he's probably not gonna run Court Change. Yeah, the whole Sucker Punch thing is kind of making me kind of wonder, like, maybe we put some sort of move on here that doesn't attack, but, I'll come back to that. What else? How much does Dragonite do with, like, was he, like, Iron Head? So, Jesus. Maybe we want, say maybe like Thunder Wave or something. Because the ground type is Toad Scroll, so it's probably not going to come. And then the only other immunity is Hands, which is probably not going to switch in versus Clefable. Yeah, Thunder Wave could be interesting actually. The thing is, I don't know what you would take off though.
It'd have to be knock probably. Because I could T-Wave the Gengar and T-Wave Jirachi, see if it's like a scarf.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is like if you just get subbed on.
Oh,
Oh, it suck.
yeah.
I mean, I guess sub you still have the encore, so if you T-wave into sub, at least you can encore him into an attack.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, then I trade my Clef basically.
Okay, we'll just run with Fizdef now. I don't think the game is gonna come down to you taking a like Moonblast or not. This guy.
Yeah. And he's probably also not going max modest. Like I think he has to go bulky anyways. So
Yeah. So we'll do this unaware. And then yeah, we definitely need Moth and probably Rhyperior would round out the team. Okay. So let's do Ripe. Let's see, how does Earthquake and Ice Punch literally hits everything? So Rocks, Earthquake, Ice Punch. We can also put a Terra on this guy.
probably Terra Water for the Cinderace.
Slash Perma too, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. He could be like
Is there another type?
he could be like
There's
a
other
Willow
things,
too, which is annoying, but
Well, we probably still blow it up with Earthquake even through Willow.
yeah, yeah.
If we do water, oh wait, no, Lightning Rod. So then it would be okay versus hands.
Oh yeah, and his grass type is Toad Scroll, so yeah, that could be solid. Okay, let's do Lightning Rod. So what other move? EQ, Ice Punch. Let's see, does he have screens? Not really, no. Oh, maybe like Dragon Tail for the Dunsparce. Annoying ass fucking mon.
Dragon Tail's cool because then it also beats like a DDing. I'd probably just beat that anyways with Ice Punch.
Yeah, if it does have the multi skill though, you could just detail it though. I don't know. I think detail makes sense. Yeah.
I wonder, do I outspeed Darkrai after a Rock Polish?
You would need to be
Jolly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be weak.
Yeah, you need to be like 392. You would hit, so you'd barely outspeed, so you'd have like no bulk.
Well, actually, if we go non-Jolly, I guess you'd have to be max speed still, because it hits 174, right? Or 179. Yeah, so if it's creeping 352,
It would be like this, or like this. So it's just pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that's kind of terrible.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make this guy speed boosting.
Okay.
I think we could probably go max attack, but
probably bulk.
Yeah, I'm thinking we probably want. You probably want, honestly, we probably want like majority like in Spit Def because the Spit Def is so damn low. How much does like Darkrai do to this guy? I'm curious. This is pretty much max Spit Def. What if we're like, no. This is a lot.
There's also Solid Rock for the Ice Beam. I don't know if that matters.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at Dark Pulse though. But
okay.
Yeah. Because I don't think it's gonna have Ice Beam here. Yeah, because I mean, getting a hit off on like the Darkrai could be very useful, or like Earthquake does solid chunk. And also, I don't know what item it would be. Could be Lum on this guy too. Could be.
Well, the good thing is that Lightning Rod does block T-Wave from like Jirachi, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. So honestly, I think helmet might be the best here. Well,
Cinderace.
yeah, if Jirachi goes like special though, that sucks. It could help versus hands though. You'd also just detail hands right away if you don't know it's set. It's probably gonna be like Swords Dance or some shit. So I think we roll with helmet here.
Yeah,
Rocky.
makes sense there.
Yeah, Rocky helmet. We're probably gonna be taking mostly physical hits with this guy. How about the done? Oh wait, what coverage move does it even get for the done?
Body press.
Yeah, that's trash. Does it get water move? Aqua Tail. Chilling water. Oh, it does get like earth power and shit too. Okay. How much does earth power do? Not really much, honestly.
Yeah, and if I Terra out.
Yeah, so I'm thinking you probably go mostly spit def in the bulk. Is there any like physical hits that we might be worried about that we want a little bit? How about like +1 Dragonite hit? Does that just kill us? This is Solid Rock. I need to get rid of that. No, it doesn't. No, so we don't really need any bulk for that guy.
Cinder high jump kick.
Yeah, let's check that. Yeah, it does a good chunk. Maybe after rocks we don't have that, so we go down to 94 right after rocks. That's probably it, honestly. I don't think there's gonna be any like important calcs after like what does Jirachi do with its like stupid Iron Head? I mean, we could simply just Terra Water and kill that thing if we wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, max attack will blow it up.
Yeah, it can flinch us, but that's just the game. But he would also be, taking helmet, so I don't think he's gonna want to do that. So I think this is okay. This honestly might even be the lead. Honestly, doesn't really have like two bad matchups.
Yeah, it would just be Prem, but there's no way he leads defensive Prem.
Yeah. We could also just lead our pull, but you gotta be scared of Scarfers, so not want to do that. All right, let's do Iron Moth. This is probably gonna be your best Pokemon here. So I'm trying to think what Terra. Does +1? How much is like +1 if you're Fire Dance? Like Fire Dance into Dazzling Gleam and Fire Dance into Sledge Wave do to those guys? Iron Moth. Okay, get this crap out of here. Let's just see.
Okay.
Yeah, Prima. Alright, so Fiery Dance into you don't even need the boost, should kill this guy unless he's like Assault Vest or something. Dragonite. So if you get a +1 boost with the Fiery Dance into Broken Multi-Scale, you do kill him. This is no bulk though. And then to Dunsparce is the other annoying one. If it's Spadef to Dun. What if you're like Terra Poison? So let's say you do around 30, and then you get the boost. I think it's pretty likely for Terra Poison, it's close to kill him. You would need to be like max Bidef. Would Terra Poison be good here? I mean, honestly, it's just like it would just be for stronger attacks. Like, it doesn't really help you defensively, Poison type.
Mhm.
But I mean, Sludge Wave does look pretty like spammable into his team, right? Like the only poison resists are these two guys. Jirachi's not going to be the switch in, right? So Gengar probably won't either. So I mean, just spamming Sludge Wave looks pretty nice here. Fiery Dance can give you that boost though, which is nice. What about like Terra Poison? What's that item that boosts poison attacks?
I think it's Poison Barb.
Is that what it's called? Holy shit, I can't type poison. See, I have a band-aid on my finger. I freaking cut myself. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm thinking, what if we're just like Terra Poison, Poison Barb? Because that will literally just two-shot it on the switch. And you know, we're not like locked or anything still, so you can't just go Jirachi for free after. How about Dragonite? Is that with? That is with multi-scale, so that also gets, holy shit, that gets blown back.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, maybe we just roll with this shit. How much does Gengar take? That's the other quote-unquote resist. Oh yeah, it's 4 times resist, so you know it does take it okay.
Fire Dance, blow it up.
Yeah, literally. So I'm thinking we probably run something like Sludge Wave, Fiery Dance, potentially Flame Charge just in case you see a kill and they can win the game. You know, last slot can be Dazzling Gleam, but the Terra Poison sticky thing just does more, I think. Anyway, actually, it definitely does more. So
do we ever go like sub?
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Yeah, this last light can be sub. It can be Morning Sun. Can be sub Morning Sun. That's probably the only 2 moves that are sticking out for me. Psychic, if you want to make sure you kill the Gengar.
I'm gonna have to click Psychic though.
I mean, you would just Fiery Dance, alright? I mean,
yeah,
it is a speed tie, so.
But it also doesn't do that much to me. Like, I'm pretty sure Psychic probably does not that much, right? I probably win 1 after Rocks.
Psychic.
Or like if he Psychics.
Oh,
I think Gengar gets Psychic.
Yeah, it does. Let's see.
Yeah, that would be the coverage move, right? I don't think it gets anything else from.
No, it doesn't get like a ground move or anything. Yeah, so it does this much. So, yeah.
I guess if he specs, but I mean, if he specs, then I go Urshifu freely.
Yeah, and you're gonna pivot Braviary first probably anyway, so you can see it right away.
Right.
Yeah, I think this last slot is probably just one of those 2. How much does Sucker Punch do to you? I'm curious. From Cinderace. Libero. I can't type, dude. Holy shit. Libero, Sucker Punch. About half. Oh wait, this is.
Oh, this is booster. Yeah. Okay, 2 shots. But it doesn't kill after Rocks, but it does after 2 Rocks.
Yeah, so it's kind of tricky. Like, so if you're sub, then obviously every like point of health matters. You don't have recovery, you don't have boots, so unless, I mean, we could also just be, I mean, I think Flame Charge could be nice though. You're always gonna have to take like Sucker and then potentially E-Speed too. Getting the sub on the Sucker would be really nice.
I also like Flame Charge because I feel like we don't have a win con right now. I don't like repeatedly to Darkrai and
Yeah.
Cinderace anyways. So if they do try to come in and revenge me,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it'd probably just be sub for like that only thing. You know, maybe you can oh my god, but subbing on to Dunsparce would be scary. I know you want like to subbing on like a glare, but if it just like boom burst, that'd
yeah.
suck. That would suck. He also might think that you don't even plan to tear this guy too, because he sees poison, and then like you have water on this guy.
Yeah.
Man, what's the move here? How much does Cinderace do with its like? Oh wait, yeah, if you're poison type, it does a shitload. Never mind. Yeah, I guess you can run sub. Like sub, the only time you probably ever click it would just be if he brings in Cinderace. And like you have a flame charge up,
And I don't have
it's
Flame Charge.
yeah, like it's obvious he is gonna click Sucker
Yeah.
Punch. But yeah, he should have Sucker Punch for Dragapult anyway, or even like Agility Crown or whatever.
Yeah. He also doesn't need other coverage.
No, he's just he doesn't even technically really need Gunk Shot either. Like Pyro Ball still hits this guy. He's probably just gonna have Pyro Ball and Fighting Move if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then Sucker, and then Last Thought, whatever. He could run like Zen or something if he wants to hit this guy for before Terra, but it could just be U-turn too or whatever.
Yeah.
So
might run high jump kick if into Pulse, because that is technically a Cinder Search.
yeah, that'd be hard.
I guess if he's Sucker, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean he would still take the 50%, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think being walled by Rhyperior would kind of be silly if we don't Terra. Yeah. So, okay, I think we can roll with sub, but again, just be careful with your health because every chip you take, it's permanent chip. You know, if you would have like Shaman or something on, you're like here for like Healing Wish support, that'd be nice. This guy does get Healing Wish too, but I don't think we can take off a move here. So I'm probably just gonna go max here. Let's see. Alright, so what's pretty scary for us, like Darkrai. Yeah, we need to get our rocks up, I think, ASAP. I think that's gonna be the key. I feel like a lot of things are like just out of like range of stuff, so rock strip is nice. Primarina is also kind of a problem. Like that's important to see. Like I know we have Spadef Braviary, but it's not like a Blissey. Like it's still Braviary. Yeah. Like it's not gonna be able to just check everything. So Braviary. Alright, so let's check Primarina. Yeah, so even if it's like specs, like we just get 2-shot. We don't really have like another like thing we could do. Shaman just sucks because if he just flip turns, like there's so many things he could go into versus Shaman.
Yeah.
Man.
Same thing with Crown.
Yeah.
I mean, do we ever
what do you think about like
a
Assault Vest Crown? So like, cause like there's a lot of things like if it takes a hit like from like Darkrai or from Gengar, um, it can just straight up kill it back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if they go Cinderace on the like the free switch to Crown or whatever, at least we still have like a helmet right here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me check though. Iron Crown, Assault Vest. Assault Vest with no HP. How does that set? Gengar. Yeah, I can take that. What would we take off? It would have to be what, the Braviary?
Yeah.
Nah, it just takes too much. It's gonna be like a one-time switch in. I think we just
And I'm
have to
probably gonna
roll
have to
with
Volt
this.
anyways.
Yeah,
Like I don't know,
exactly.
just
Yeah.
quick button.
All right. Um. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be like what we're gonna go into here. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. I think it's pretty close. Maybe we
We
can
could
change.
just do a yeah, like I think the Pulse set we could potentially change to a win con, and then Clef like probably go Healing Wish over Encore if we think that it might be useful. And like we can just beat the set up the Dunsparce in a different way. Like if I Healing Wish out on it.
Yeah, and then you could just go into whatever. If it's not Calm Mind, Moth can pretty much just come in and blow it up.
Yeah.
And if it's, it's not Chople, this guy can come in and just kill it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So let's take off Encore for Healing Wish. And then let's see this Dragapult. Hmm. We could potentially run like Dragon Dance on it. So the set I'm thinking of is like Dragon Dance, Darts, and then basically Shadow Ball U-turn. So, and then you would be physically offensive. So the idea would be just to Shadow Ball like either Rachi coming in or Prima or Iron Hands, Dunsparce, whatever's the switch in. You Shadow Ball, you U-turn, and then you basically do that over and over until like the check. Well, if it's like the Dunsparce, it's a check, then you could potentially darts the next time. But if he shows Prima as the switch in, you would basically have to just Shadow Ball or just U-turn, expecting it to come in until it's in Shadow Ball range, and then you would Dragon Dance because even if they bring in permanent, you could just kill it with Shadow Ball after, and then so you're trying to hide the Dragon Dance until like the time is right. He's probably not gonna like be calcing like based off the one Shadow and say, oh, like this is no investment or little investment. He's physical, like it's probably not gonna happen. And like you said, it does give you a secondary win condition. I still think Moth is weird. It's like it's a win condition, but it's also like your best breaker. Like he just doesn't switch into this guy. So
Right.
Urshifu's good speed control. It just chips things down. So I think that's a fine idea if you want to go with the Dragon Dance variant. And I guess it does give you potentially like a Sucker Punch outplay potential. You would have to get like the perfect turn to like that he doesn't sucker to attack him, but realistically, that's not in your favor. Yeah. Not gonna happen. So it would just look something like this, like Dragon Dance. So you would still have Shadow Ball, but yeah.
Do you think that's better than what we have?
I think so. I think if you can hide it and play it correctly, and then you do get that Dragon Dance off, he just might not expect it, and you can straight up just win with +1 darts if these two guys are chipped. Obviously, you have to take into account the Terra on hands as well. If it's Fairy or Steel, then there's something we can.
Terra Fairy.
Yeah, Terra Fairy's, I mean, better for Moth, but
yeah,
we do have some coverage on a couple guys for it. It's not the end of the world. But that is, one thing annoying this guy. So he would actually be the Adamant here, or not Adamant, but yeah, whatever the heck. Yeah. So you could just do the opposite like this.
Whoops, I am wrong.
Oh wait, is it like lonely or something?
It's naughty. That's what it is. Naughty.
Naughty. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check how much we're doing at +1 to things. Alrighty, Dragapult +1. Okay, so Darkrai should die, which is good. It's gonna have some bulk, so you'll probably need like Rock Chip or something. Yeah. How much does Jirachi take from Shadow Ball? Okay, so that's max Spadef. So like, if you Shadow Ball, then you U-turn, like the next time it'll die to just 2 hits. Wow. So that's good. Obviously, when you Shadow Ball,
also Rocky Helmet from.
Yep, that's another thing. Yep. Yeah. Just be careful, like when you Shadow Ball and if they first bring it in, you don't know if it's Scarfed, so you might not want to just U-turn. I mean, you are Lumberry, which is nice, so you could take anything, but he could potentially like trick you, which would be a little annoying. You could obviously look at the calc. The calc is your friend here. If you do this amount of damage, he's probably not Scarf with this spread. Right. So just take that into account. Perma is the one thing that's gonna take a couple of Shadow Balls to be killed here. Max HP only takes a quarter of his leftovers too. Like, you'll chip him down, but it's gonna take a couple turns.
Yeah.
Dragonite definitely dies to +1 darts. Cinderace probably dies as well. Ooh, it's actually close. Oh, this is really bulky Cinderace, but it's close. Again, he does have Sucker. Does Sucker kill you? If we looked already, I just forget.
Yeah, it's like 85 to 100 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that is, again, but we've talked about it, so not to just straight up die. What you could do is you could make the hard Urshifu play. Like, he's not going to click a fighting move. He's not going to click a fire move versus Dragapult. And if he does Sucker Punch, then he's not Scarf, so you're fast to the following turn. And if he Sucker Punches you, whatever. And that's basically, and he would be a Dark type. So it's basically a free U-turn that turn. So if you think Sucker Punch is coming, Urshifu is a good play. If you Will-O-Wisp, that freaking sucks, but it is what it is. If he's just Will-O-Wisp, then he just dies. Like, he'd be slower. So,
I mean, anyways, if I'm like clicking Shadow, probably not going.
Yeah. Wait, you cut out there. He's probably not gonna what?
Like if I'm clicking Shadow Ball like throughout the whole, like instead of darts, he's probably not gonna Will-O-Wisp ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm saying. Like the whole hiding thing could be like very very good. We could also potentially change our item too because we're this set now, but the only like items that might help is something that can help us take a hit, which allows us to Dragon Darts. So like a Resist Berry, but
boots for the
boots too.
Cinderace roll. I do think that like Toad Screw is viable for him to bring because because it can wall Rhyperior's dual stabs, I guess, and spikes because I don't have hazard control. Like Ice Punch will blow it up. But yeah. I don't think it's unreasonable for it to come. But I guess if it comes, then like one of the big threats doesn't come because like otherwise like top 6 plus Iron Hands is.
Yeah, then even Dedun is down here too, so it's like he would be missing a couple of good mons here. So honestly, I think it's like we prefer it not to come. So or like we prefer it to come. So it'd be good if it shows up. Let's see, how much are we doing to Dedun at +1? All right, good chip. Yeah, that's fine, and especially for Lumberry, you don't really care about what that guy does. Iron Hands is the big one. Yeah, this is literally no defense hands. Yeah, if it's Terra Fairy and it has Spadef, like it's another one that's gonna be a little bit of time. But if we just U-turn into Moth, then it's a free kill,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that could be another thing too, is trying to Terra as soon as possible. If you get it before rocks, that'd be lovely. If you can't, then
Yeah.
it is what it is. But basically, you're probably gonna Terra the first time this guy hits the field, so you should only take rocks once.
Yeah. And then if I can sub, like if I U-turn onto hands, does it make sense in case he goes hard Jirachi and it's like a Scarf Jirachi or something?
You're
Or do you
saying
think I should like hide that? Like for example, if I bring in Pole and then he goes he goes Iron Hand, or like if I'm Urshifu and I'm U-turning into the hands, and then I have Iron Moth position into Terra Fairy hands.
yes.
Does it make sense for me to sub once first in case
No.
he goes like hard Jirachi on the Sludge Wave? No.
No.
Okay.
No. You just Sludge Wave. That would be a crazy play, honestly, going hard Jirachi on a Moth. But
Okay.
no, you want to save as much health as possible with this guy. You
Okay,
Sludge
good.
Wave. Again, if you don't know anything about the Jirachi, you switch. It could be Scarf, whatever. And then once you literally know it's not Scarf, if it shows leftovers or it does like a rocks or something, then you could Fiery Dance it the following time and you'll do a shitload. So.
Okay, makes sense.
I would really only sub if Sucker Punch potential on Cinderace, or if it's like towards the end of the game and you think he might switch or something and it's safe, then like sure. But early in the mid game, you need to preserve health on this guy for sure.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. And that's it. So yeah, Lumberry could be nice. That is technically an item that can help you set up on something too. It would pretty much just be the done. Or even Toadscroll. Like if Toadscroll does come, you can eat a spore. So, yeah, I don't know what other item would be ideal here. It would just be maybe boots. I don't think a resist berry is it. I don't think you need the extra power on the dragon move. So it would probably be either boots or Lum. That's what I would stick with. So. I think probably Lumberry.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I think this team is good. I think we cover everything. We have our roles for our teams. It's gonna be an offensive game. Braviary is not gonna be able to check as much. If it could switch in like 2 to 3 times, then that's really good, and just gives you momentum into whatever these guys. And then rocks or Clef's job really is just to probably just knock, and it's gonna Healing Wish ideally. So, we gotta think of a lead wise. I'm thinking Rhyperior, but if they lead Prima, that sucks.
Yeah, or lead Dark Wraps.
Yeah.
Because that's like a OU thing that people do. Focus Sash Dark Wrap and just lead it and just break.
Yeah, we could potentially lead Urshifu. We would probably be revealing our Scarf early, but does anything... Gengar Scarf Dazzling Gleam would be the one thing that just... Gengar Scarf Dazzling Gleam or Cinderace Scarf High Jump Kick? Clicking High Jump Kick fucking turn 1 would be insane though.
Yeah, especially when I have a Pult, a full health Pult.
Yeah. What's our lead?
He probably just U-turns turn 1 if he's Scarf.
Yeah, because it does hit Urshifu too. Not bad.
And then he has like Iron Hands, like as a free switch in no matter what. It's gonna like take 30% probably from close combat.
Literally. Huh. I'm trying to... I don't know what our best lead would actually be. This is a bit interesting.
I do like lead Urshifu in that if his switch in like primary switch in is Iron Hand because he wants to get the Terra off really quickly, I can U-turn into Superior and then get up rocks early.
Yeah, Rhyperior, or again, just straight up, if it's
Or
a Terra type
yeah,
that doesn't resist this guy, you can just go right into this guy and get your Terra off.
yeah.
Um,
Or if he goes Prim first on the Earth, I
yeah.
can just go straight Moth and just Terra and just click.
uh Yeah, it's just the whole like there's one, two, three, four Pokemon that if they lead can all potentially be scarfed and can all have the ability to one shot you.
Mm.
So it's a little risky. It's a little risky. It can definitely pay off though if you do get a good lead, or he does just like switch like Fearing Scarf and he's not a Scarf, and you do get that Prima turn one or hands, like you're in a really good position early. So
Yeah.
he could potentially go Rachi if you have like Moth versus Prima expecting a poison move, but I
Mhm.
think you still click it. I don't think because you want, again, just getting the Terror off is nice, and I think it makes
Okay.
sense that maybe like Didun is the Spadaf Pokemon. Do we two shot Didun? Did we check that?
Yeah, I think we do because of the Poison Barb.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. He might even think you're Specs, honestly, from the damage if he's just not,
Right.
because he has to take into account the Terra and the Poison Barb. So
Mhm.
if we take off the Terra and without the Poison Barb, but we go +1, it's actually even less damage. So he might just think, oh, this guy's Specs, but
Mhm.
you know. So in that case, like let's say he does switch into Dun and you do like 60 to him, 40, 55, whatever.
Mhm.
You could, if you want to make a prediction, potentially go for Fiery Dance on the switch, because again, worst case scenario is maybe he glares you or something, but we
Mhm.
still always have the healing wish too.
Mhm.
And we would still be faster than the Dun after the poison. So, and then
Mhm.
you could potentially catch a Jirachi switch, which would be like insane. Um,
Mhm.
let's go back to our set real quick. Poison Barb. So this into Fiery Dance. Yeah, so like I don't think he's gonna click Roost after he takes this much. Like we out damage the healing. So
Mhm.
he's either gonna just try to parry you or something, or switch again.
Mhm.
Um, so it's up to you. If you'd rather just Fiery Dance, potentially get a boost, and then potentially take a para, or just Sludge Wave again and see if he makes a Jirachi play.
Yeah, I think Fire Dance makes sense because if he thinks I'm Specs, then Jirachi like makes a lot of
Yeah, he
sense.
would go Jirachi for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would just, you might potentially get parried or something if you.
Yeah. And then I'd have to find a position to Healing Wish.
Yeah. So, and clicking Sludge Wave the second turn, even though like if he does go Rachi after and like you'll get nothing out of it, that might make him think even more like you're for sure Specs.
Specs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could potentially just surprise him with a flame charge later or something,
Mhm.
and then really
Mhm.
just win the game. So maybe just double Sludge Waving to be safe would be optimal in that situation.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just, again, you just go Rhyperior on
Jirachi.
yeah. You
Yeah.
might take some good chip if you just straight up Iron Heads. I don't know if you would do that, but you'll still
Yeah.
hopefully get your rocks up
Rasta.
or get
Yeah.
some helmet chip at the worst case, So Urshifu lead seems ideal. Well, I say ideal. There's still a couple of things, but yeah, I don't know if I think the only potential like Scarfer he would lead with is like Rachi maybe, but both of those get like Rachi lead Scarf or Gengar Scarf lead get owned by Dragapult Scarf lead,
Mhm.
so I don't know. It would be so risky if you. I think versus a Jirachi lead, you would just pivot. Well, no, you're fast. Oh no, you're not faster. No, no, yeah. I think you would have to go. Ah, man, that sucks. I'd want to stay in. How much does Dazzling do to you? Because that is its move. Does it one shot you? Just like Scarf Max Special Attack Dazzling Gleam.
It probably does because Urshifu has 0 Spadaf.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Mm, oh man, that stinks.
Also, once I Terra Moth, I don't have a Jirachi switching.
Well, ideally, we're hoping for like just the helmet to kind of do its thing, and then we have,
Yeah.
especially if it's Scarf, and then if it's not Scarf, we have three things faster than it that just kill it. So
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a problem.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, maybe like a cosmic powering, freaking like weakness policy set could be annoying, but you crit through it, so
Yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, so I think we lead Urshifu. So I think versus Darkrai, you can U-turn. I really just don't see Scarf Darkrai leading here. And then
Yeah.
even if he does, he would have to land a Focus Blast too. So odds are pretty good for you. Jirachi lead. It's up to you. I don't know if he will. If he's Scarf and he has the Dazzling Gleam, it would make all the sense in the world for him to go to it, for him to click it. I don't know if he's going to be Scarf, and I don't know if he's going to have the Gleam. So if you want to play a bit risky, you could U-turn, and it could potentially pay off big time. Even if he stays in, then you just go Rhyperior, and then you get Rocks. And if he switches, again, he's probably going to switch into like Perma. So then you could just go into your Moth. And then if he goes to Dunsparce on your U-turn, honestly, that's probably your Rocks too, to be honest. So, it could work. It definitely, you get it Rocks or you get a big advantage with Moth early. So, it's probably worth the risk. If you lose Urshifu turn 1, well, the good news would be you pretty much get a kill back because then he's locked into Dazzling Gleam. And you can just go right into this guy, Terra Poison, click your poison move. He's not going to stay in. So realistically, you probably get a kill right back. He's not going to go hard Gengar on your Moth when you can easily just click like a fire move versus Rachi. So I think honestly you would still just trade 1 for 1 in that scenario. It might not be to your benefit, but you would probably at least get a Pokemon pretty early. So I think you could risk that in U-turn versus Rachi. Perma, yeah, you just U-turn into Braviary would be your play. Probably not going to be a Specs lead. That'd be interesting. Could be, but you should be able to hopefully Roost and then U-turn on that guy. If he's Calm Mind, you do have Unaware. Does Max Special attack 2-shot you, or does he need to be like boosting? It's close. Yeah. If he's Calm Mind, definitely a little scary. Hopefully you'd be actually slower than Primarina, because then you could slow U-turn. Would he be speed on Prima?
I'll have to sack Bravier early though, because if he's like sub Calm Mind,
Oh
can't
yeah,
let him get up to
you
sub.
have the Brave Bird. Yeah, you just have the Brave Bird.
Yeah.
Break it. Yeah. So. Yeah, and if you U-turn, you're faster. That's bad too. So maybe you do have to just Brave Bird for at least one time to see the speed, if he has any speed.
Yeah.
If he's Calm Mind, he might not, but I'm not sure. So you turn to Braviary. U-turn. So right now you're U-turning versus Dragonite. Cinderace. Again, I want to say U-turn into Rhyperior.
Scarf High Jump Kick is so ballsy.
Yeah, I don't think he would be that, man. If anything, if you Scarf, I think he just U-turns too.
Yeah.
And then you would get the slow momentum at least. And then you would also know he's Scarfed and he would not know you're Scarfed. Though, like, I would think Scarf if you're U-turning turn 1 with a lead.
Yeah.
Libero. Urshifu. It doesn't honestly do that much. So.
Oh, does fighting resist bug?
Yes. It's not super effective. It's just because like we take off the fighting. It doubles.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So honestly, I think your U-turn. I think the one Pokemon that you probably don't U-turn versus is Gengar. I think you just go hard Braviary. You don't risk anything.
If
Um,
he's dazzling, doesn't he just get walled by Moth? Unless he's like 4 attacks.
yeah, I mean Shadow Ball at least it does not resist it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not gonna do too much. Moth has decent spread up. The Dunsparce. I don't. First of all, I don't even know if you just straight up kill it. He could be Tropical Berry and all that. So you U-turn. You could activate his Rattled, by the way, too, which would give him a speed
Hmm.
boost if he is rattled. Um, but he's probably clicking rocks turn 1 if he leads it.
Yeah. Do I ever just close combat activate the Chopple?
Yeah, just you die to like if you're -1. Does 2 Wicked Blows kill him? Maybe just Wicked Blow. If he's spit deaf, it does. How much does Boom Burst do? Fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if you CC and he lives and you go to -1, you're gonna just pretty much blow up.
That's
So
kind of
maybe you just Wicked Blow. You might take a Glare, but again, you do have Healing Wish, so and you would still. I'm pretty sure you would still be faster, right? Yeah, you would still be faster.
Yeah.
So 2 Wicked Blows could still kill, unless he's like Fizz Def, which Fizz Def would be crazy. But I don't know. Maybe he could be Fizz Def because if he's using it for like Pult, like he can still take the special hits without investment. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
But if he was using it for like Moth too, it makes sense for him to have Spidef. So I don't know. So I would honestly probably just say Wicked Blow, and then
Okay.
you'll get chip on perma regardless too, which is nice, and you can see if it's defensive
Hmm.
and whatnot too.
Yeah.
Hands you have to U-turn, especially because it's Terra, you don't even know.
Hmm.
But you just U-turn anyway, and then you go into. Well, I think it depends what the Terra is. It's either going to be Clefable or Rhyperior though, as you're switching, obviously.
Hmm.
So Toad Scroll is crazy. You just U-turn into like Harbleed Braviary, threatening to kill him.
Pull and just U-turn again.
He could. He might.
That would
He,
probably
he might.
kill.
He might spore you though. I know you have the
Well, Pull will
Lumberry.
just burn the long.
Yeah, you would use it immediately though, it would be
Which is
probably
not good.
better to like DD on a like hit.
Save it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So and you do have Sleep Talk. So even if this thing takes a spore, you just Sleep Talk.
Oh, right, right. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Obviously, if you get Roost, that sucks. But the other 2 moves are good versus Toad Scrolls. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think you turn into Braviary on a Toad Scroll lead.
Okay.
If he's leading it again, he's probably spiking or something. But
Right.
you just go Braviary and then you just click U-turn again over and over.
Okay.
So with Braviary, I mean, you could technically Brave Bird too. Again, there's only Jirachi is the resist, and then
Hmm.
Jirachi does give you hopefully like rocks. So you could U-turn into Braviary then Brave Bird if you want. It just depends on what he clicks too.
Hmm.
So that's a play. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a close game, honestly. So I think it could go your way if you get Moth going. I think if you don't get Moth going early, it might be hard. So, but I think if you play pretty good, don't rush. That's the number one thing. People rush, especially when it's a playoff game. They're nervous, all that. Take your
Hmm.
time. I think we have a solid team here for you to win. So,
Cool.
all right. Is there any last concerns or anything,
Um,
or any last like you don't know what to do if something comes or anything?
what's my initial pivot into Didon?
The done?
Yeah.
Are you saying like turn 1 or just like throughout the game if like the done is out? Like
Yeah, just throughout the game.
it really depends on if you know
Yeah.
anything about the set, like if you know if it's like a
Hmm.
glare or if it's like setup. Um,
Hmm.
but you if it's set up, like you probably want to like Dragon Tail it out with Rhyperior.
Hmm.
But also if it's like in the middle of the game, like things are gonna be dead, things are gonna be chipped. So you might just have to sack something and then go into something else to either kill it with like Moth or Urshifu or something. Um,
Hmm.
if he's just kind of like a body slam annoying asset, you could potentially be aggressive and go hard Dragapult on the done because even if he does catch you with a glare, at least you have the Lum. So it just depends on kind of what mods you have and if you really know anything about the set or not.
Okay.
So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
but I could certainly see that guy coming. So
Yeah,
very
I think
annoying.
it's really annoying in general, but I feel like, yeah, if I play around it, should be okay. I mean, it's probably going to be like a Boom Burst Shadow Ball set with
Yeah.
Roost Glare or
Yep.
something
Yep.
like that, or like
Yep.
Roost Rocks.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, honestly. So I think Jirachi will probably be pretty. I think Jirachi will be defensive here for a crown, and then just like maybe
Mm-hmm.
that'll be the rocker, and then like you said, just glare to attacks Roost makes a lot of sense. So, um, but yeah, I think we're all good.
Awesome. Thank
I,
you for helping out with this
I got you,
this
of
playoff
course.
matchup.
I got you. Hopefully we can get that dub. That'd be nice. So,
Yes,
but
hopefully.
yeah, but all right. Thank you guys a ton for watching. I will see you guys in the battle. Peace. Alright guys, we're here for Smaster's game. Again, one last look at the pace. We got a Scarf Urshifu, DD kind of mixed Polt, defensive Clefable, Spadef, Braviary, offensive but also kind of bulky Rhyperior, and then our target, our Terra Poison Iron Moth here. So here is the game. His opponent ended up bringing Terra Grass on Iron Hands, which is a bit weird. Don't really know what grass is for. Like, it would just be for, like, Rhyperior, I suppose. But I feel like there's a bit better type so. But whatever. So we end up leading Urshifu versus Cinderace. Unfortunately, we have to switch because this thing can be scarfed and just simply kill us. So we do make the pivot into Rhyperior. And they reveal high jump kick. Holy shit. And that just killed? Is that banded? That's gotta be banded, right? Rhyperior, Cinderace. High jump kick, Libero Adamant. Ooh, actually, that's potentially not banded. If it's Adamant, it has a roll to kill us, but it's heavily in our favor to live. So we actually don't know for sure what the item on this guy is, which is a bit unfortunate. He's probably either scarfed or banded though, so we can actually just go right into our Iron Moth here and pretty much get a kill back, which is what he does. So good play. Yeah, this should two-shot. Yeah, no problem. And down goes to Dunsparce. So we are 2 Pokemon down already. In comes Gengar. We have our pivot into Braviary. Perfect. Shadow Ball. This should be a free U-turn. And then back into Moth. No. Dang. Okay. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because so U-turning is really good there because one, like, so Gengar is typically like usually locked, Specs or Scarf. It can be like sub Black Sludge with Will-O-Wisp or just like Nasty Plot, some weird items, but typically they're they're locked in. But there's nothing that Gengar can do to punish our slow U-turn, because if he's locked in, he's got to switch. If he clicks Substitute, we have our Infiltrator, faster Dragapult to go into, just whip off a Shadow Ball. And then even if it attacks with like a poison move, okay, it'll do 30 to us, and then we could just again U-turn right into pull, and then we're on the offensive again. And usually, like, I would think that the Gengar is probably going to switch because it could just die to an offensive Brave Bird, for example. So imagine we U-turned here, right? We U-turn, bang, we get in our Poison Terra, Poison Barb, Terra Poison, and we just get to click, and we pretty much get another kill. He would have to make the play hard into Gengar if he doesn't want to sack another Pokemon. And even if he does that, Moth is Terra Poison, so unless the Gengar is like Spec Psychic, maybe that might be the only thing that can just one-shot the Moth. Like, I don't even know. Psychic. Oop, not Psychic Fangs. Psychic. Yeah, just Specs is probably like a roll. Yeah, Specs is a roll, so he would have to be choice Specs, and then he's also risking his speed tie. So it's like, if we Terra, like if we click Sledge Away, which is probably what we would do, into Fiery Dance, we can just kill the Gengar too. So, and again, if he doesn't pivot Gengar, if we have Moth versus this guy, then he has to pick a Pokemon. So, Brave Bird is nice because there was no flying resist. I can see why he wanted to do that, but we gain a lot more by clicking U-turn there. So now we have to pivot. We go into Clefable. See, now he gets the momentum by clicking Flip Turn, which sucks because now this guy comes in and our fire resist is a Dragapult. So yeah, 59. That's banded, right? Clefable. Oh yeah, that's banded 1,000,000%. Yeah, that's banded. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have great fire resist again because we tear it too. So we're either gonna have to sack this or go Pult. He moonblasted that turn. It sucks that we didn't have like Thunderwave or something. The only other play we could have done was knockoff. So knockoff seemed pretty nicer because you get rid of an item, and then if you get rid of this guy's band, it's less damage. It's less damage he can output. But I'm assuming this guy's gonna have Sucker Punch, so it could be a bit tricky if you let him switch up his moves. So it was a tough play there, honestly. Moonblast is just a good chip, but it doesn't do too much. You know, it sucks that we didn't have like Thunder Ray or something. So honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if you didn't want to knock off the band, like maybe even just straight up Healing Wish might have been better. You Healing Wish, you go into Urshifu or Dragapult, basically something that's at 100%, so you don't waste it right away, and then you go from there. Because he locked into Powerball, so you have 2 resist, and then Urshifu's faster and probably just KOs it with Wicked Blow if I had to guess, right? Yeah, even max HP Wicked Blow dies, so you can just do that. So it's pretty obvious Primarina is the check to Urshifu. So maybe Healing Wish was the optimal play there, but it was a hard play there, I won't lie. So now we go hard into Dragapult, and we take a crit, which sucks. And now in comes Primarina. We darts, which is unfortunate, but I can't really fault him for that. Doesn't want to U-turn because he takes Helmet. Now we go Braviary. Can't heal, so we do have to just Brave Bird. Makes sense. And then Flip Turn is going to not kill us, but he can just go into whatever, Gengar, and kill us. Let's Sledge Wave, yeah. Now what does he do? He goes into Iron Moth. Shadow Balling on. Well, I guess if he's Scarf, does he kill Dragapult with Sledge Wave? Gengar. Oh yeah, he definitely does. What am I saying? So yeah, he could be Scarfed, so we don't know. So yeah, he's got to go Moth here for sure. He could rip off a Flame Charge if he wants to. Problem is, I don't think we're gonna be able to just Oko everything at this point, which sucks. Unless we get a special attack. Ah, oh, damn. Hands comes in, man. I feel like if we got that +1, we just kill Hands, right? Let's see. Iron Moth, +1 poison. If we got that boost, did we just kill him? Oh, that's close. He would have to be like Assault Vest, really. So we actually pivot to Clefable. We live, which is good. And we get paralyzed, so now we can't Healing Wish or nothing. I think here though, it might have been better just to take your damage because I'm looking at his team, right, and it looks like Dragapult with a Healing Wish from Clefable can potentially win this game if the Iron Hands is dead. Or even maybe potentially Urshifu. But the problem is if that Gengar is Scarf with Dazzling Gleam, then we probably lose anyways. So this is a tough spot. He chooses to go Clefable, and honestly, if he didn't get paralyzed here, he could still Healing Wish, or he can Moonblast or knock off. He could probably knock off this thing. I don't know if it's a Soul Vest or something, but we get paralyzed, so that's a really unfortunate paralysis turn. Now we just have to go pull and Dragon Darts it, but we're gonna die to that too. And I think this one's probably gonna be over because we can't lock into a move. Yeah, even CC doesn't kill him. We just gonna Drain Punch. Yeah, no, this one's over. We go for the Flame Charge, but we're probably going to end up dying to... Oh my god, he paralyzes us too. But that doesn't matter. We're going to die to Cinderace anyway. Yeah. So, and he does reveal Sucker Punch, which is obviously a given versus Dragapult. So, yeah, pretty much like he said, yeah, the para on Clef was big because he couldn't Healing Wish. But honestly, not too many misplays. It was just that big misplay early on turn 2. Like in a game like this where like each players have like Pokemon that we can't switch into, like Cinderace versus Moth, momentum is the biggest thing, and he had a chance to get that momentum after he took the Shadow Ball for nothing. Because you click U-turn and you get your initiative. Again, Brave Bird isn't a terrible play because there's no resist, but it basically gave his opponent the momentum by slow flip turning, and then he was basically able to get up in the sack war over Smaster because we just couldn't really deal with this Cinderace. So, but honestly, it was just that one turn. His opponent brought a pretty like interesting team. Honestly, it's a couple of sets that I didn't really expect, and his opponent played well. So you know, it happens sometimes. You can't win every game, and he played well. It's just the power was unfortunate, and then one turn could mean a lot. You know, one turn can mean a lot compared to another turn, and you know, it's just early on in the game where you probably don't think like, oh, how big a turn could be early on in the game, but you know, it does happen to, you know, it does mean a lot basically if you can get the early momentum in a game like this where there's just Pokemon that you can't switch into on both sides. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in joining the series, all you gotta do is join the Discord down below and sign up in the Team Building with Zooch channel, and I'll get you guys into the queue. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.